You're listening to the Moody Mommies podcast.
Audio warning. You may or may not hear kids screaming and yelling in the background, or us screaming or yelling at them to keep it together.
We are back. It's been a minute. Your moodiest mommies took some time away to be moody. I'm Vanessa.
And you're 30 now?
I am 30 now. I caught up to you.
I know. And I'm Jessica. And our kids are in school now.
What's up with that? I don't like it. Like, I knew when we had babies, like, oh, we have babies. And then now we have
school-age kids.
School children. Children we have to take to school and worry about someone else, taking good care of them when we're away. It's like the most terrifying thing of all. Kids, be nice to them.
Are our kids being nice to those kids?
Yeah.
Are we going to hear it?
Are we helicopter moms, do you think?
I don't think I am. Do you think you are?
No. Maybe I'm in denial.
Maybe you're in denial. I don't think so. We kind of let our kids.
I'm not like a super sensitive mom, and I'm not the mom that, like, when something's happening, I like right away come to my kid's defense. I'm just like, what did you do? Like, I'm always like blaming them before, and I feel bad because most of the time it wasn't even them.
No.
But I don't know.
I think a helicopter mom is more like, don't get on there. Don't
like
do this.
Freak panic attack for everything. Yeah, we're not those moms then.
No, we're just cautious. Like, we don't want just anybody watching our kids.
No.
I mean, nobody does.
Nobody watches our children, but our moms and our family and each other. And other than that, we're like, no.
Yeah, we have a big enough tribe that we haven't had to reach out to babysitters.
Never. Yeah, that's like foreign to us. But so they're in school. All kids are in school now, and I'm sure we'll be thankful for these days later. But I mean,
I know. For
us, I was like so sad when the day finally came. I was excited, of course, for her, but it's happening.
Did it take you a long time to get into the program, or did they call you right away?
Actually, it did. I think I started like signing up for everything in like March, and then, well, I guess because the school year didn't start until August, but it was a pretty long process.
Yeah. So the thing, like with us, we've talked about this really early on in the podcast that Zoe and Justine are about 9 or 10 months apart.
Like 8.
Yeah, but they start school at the same time because Zoe's at the end of the year and Justine's birthday is like right at the beginning of summer or school year, I guess.
Yeah.
So she just barely turns 3 and everybody in her class is mostly already like almost 4 or 4 already. So she's like a baby.
The small kid.
Especially like in our class, there's a lot of people who have taken the class already. So they've already know the drill. They already know the system, and Justine's kind of like, what?
So how's she doing?
She's doing okay. The first day we dropped her off, she was fine. But when we went to pick her up, she was crying.
Really?
Yeah. And like, I was not worried about her. I was thinking she's not going to want to leave. There's going to be so many kids. But the teacher said that she started crying because all the kids started getting picked up. And then she was like, where's my mommy?
Oh.
So I was like, poor baby. But other than that, she did fine. But when we got home and I was like, hey, how did the day go? She didn't want to talk about it. Like, she never wants to talk about school.
It's so hard. I swear, like the first couple of days, Zoe would come home and tell me all about her day. And then I want to say like the 5th day in, she's like, we'll talk about it at dinner. I'm like, excuse me? Okay, we'll talk about it at dinner.
Yeah.
And then dinner would come and she's like, just brush me off about it. And I'm like, no, I don't like that. Like, you need to tell me what you guys are doing there. Like, I want to know, like, what is there that you can't talk about with me? You're 3, you're not 13.
Yeah.
They're too cool.
So yours guys' school had a really cool way to introduce. I don't know if my school had this and they just didn't call me and tell me because we kind of signed up late. But tell us a little bit about how you guys got introduced to this.
So we were called in on a Monday to go in for a parent conference. So Joey and I sat down with the teacher, and she ran over everything that, you know, their little procedures and whatnot. And it gave us a lot of peace of mind about it, because we were just like, should we do this or not? Like, should we just wait till she's going to go to kindergarten? Like, you know, she's very social, all of those things. So maybe we shouldn't let her go. But we went and we met the teacher, and she's like an older woman. So she's been doing, I think this is like her 31st year of preschool, teaching, you know? Yeah. So we're like, okay, she's like the mother hen of the school. So it gave us like, we were feeling relaxed. And then 2 days later, we had to go in for a mini session. So they basically, the class has 16 students in it. So they split it up where there's 8 students in the mini session. And so you bring your child, and you basically, all the parents are just sitting there watching the teachers with the mini session. So it's pretty cool, because it kind of warmed the kids up to know, like, okay, when you get here, you're going to wash your hands, you're going to sit down and have lunch, socialize with your teachers while you're eating, and then they go sit down. And, you know, it just was like a little short little starter kit for, you know, really, warm up.
And it really gave you the idea of
what she was going to be doing. It was really cool to see her interact and just like take someone else's orders, because when I ask Zoe to do something, it's like I have to ask her like 5 times, and it's like, it made me proud when a teacher asks her to do something and she does it right away, you know? And it's so funny because, you know, we would drop her off and pick her up, and like I would ask, like, you know, how's she been doing? Is she listening? And she's like, she looked at me like really surprised. She's like, Zoe always listens. Like, she's a really good girl. And I'm like, well, I wish she would listen at home. And she was just like, well, you know what? This is how you know when you're doing something right, is when your child is listening when you're not around, is when you know you're doing something right. Yeah. And I'm like, I guess, but why does she have to give me such a hard time at home is the real question. Yeah. But yeah, she's been really good. She comes home every day, just like, she's too cool for me. She's really funky when she comes home from school because she hasn't napped all day. So it just makes me feel like kind of sad, because I feel like I'm kind of like scolding her for the rest of the day, because she really is testing me. You know, she hasn't been home all day. She's been listening to somebody else. So she comes home and she acts like she's so brand new here. Like, she doesn't have to listen to her mom. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I hate it, because I'm so excited to see her and she's acting funky with me. But it's fine. We just kind of come home, have dinner, do her homework, and do our bedtime routine. Yeah, it's like little easy stuff, like read for 30 minutes, talk to her about different, like, everything is supposed to be like 30 minutes. So like, I think last week it was talk to your child about looking both ways before crossing the street. Yeah. They gave her like a paper with a nursery rhyme to read with her. Yeah. And they have like 5 different activities, but they're actually supposed to be giving us like a little homework book too, that we're going to have to do an activity out of the book and then do one of the teacher activities. So it's double the work pretty soon. We'll see how it goes.
It'll be good. I wish that, so we didn't have a little extra parent thing. It was just kind of like, okay, first day of school, drop off your kid. Like, I don't know these people. And I know I told you about this. I was a little thrown off because there were 2 teachers' aides, and one of them was really like, hi, you know, welcoming one of the kids back, like, come here so I can give you a hug and give you kisses. And I was like, hold up, like, these teachers are not kissing these kids, you know, like, that's not okay. I'm not okay with that. Yeah. And I was really concerned about it, like, should I take her out of the school and put her somewhere else, because I don't want
nobody kissing my kid.
Yeah. And I like talked to my boss about it, and she's like, well, why don't you talk to the teacher and ask them, you know, is this something that is in their practices, or is this just this one-off lady? You know, does the teacher not even know about this? And I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. Let me talk to the teacher. And then if the teacher seems like she's okay with it, then I'll talk to whoever is above her to tell them, like, no, this is not okay.
Yeah.
But that teacher ended up just being there, I guess, to help on the first day. So she's not in that classroom.
That's good.
Yeah. But I was really concerned about it.
Yeah. I mean, why would you even want to be kissing random kids like that? Weirdo.
I don't know.
Freak.
I mean, I guess she's
Creep.
known them for a year, so she feels like good with them. But I was like, no. Like, I get that little kids need comfort and they need hugs sometimes.
Yeah, hugs are fine.
Yeah,
not kisses.
Keep your lips to yourself, girl.
Yeah, no kissing my child.
Get those DSLs out of here.
DSL. Seriously, I don't know what you do with those lips when my kid's not around.
I know. Yeah, so she did really good. She kind of has like the same problems that she had during homeschool, where she doesn't like to trace and she doesn't like stuff like that. And I kind of have, I mean, I'm not in the classroom, so I don't know what's going on 100%. But I feel like maybe I have the opposite problem as you. When I have Justine, she's so good. Like, she's such a good listener. But whenever I give her to somebody else, she's wild kid. She's a wild kid. And I don't, I don't know. I guess it depends on who has her. Because, like, when Daniel and them have her, they're like, no, she's good. She listens. But I don't know. She gets too comfortable. She starts, like, wilding out.
Yeah.
So she was fine in school. After that first day she cried, she kind of got the idea, like, okay, they are going to pick me up. So she stopped crying. But this past week, she had the roughest week of her life. But I don't know if it is because she was starting to get sick. Because I know, like, when you're not feeling well, it has a lot to do with it.
Irritable.
Mm-hmm. And when you're small, like, you don't know how to communicate that. So Monday, they didn't tell us anything. But on Tuesday, the teacher told my mom, yesterday she pinched a kid, and today she wasn't listening at all. She was just all over the classroom, and she was taking toys from the other kids. And
I swear, I really wonder what they do with that one kid that just doesn't. Like, I ask Zoe that all the time. Like, are there any kids in your class that are bad? Like, what do they do to the bad kid? Like,
yeah,
I really wonder how they, like, discipline that. Like,
and
because
I think
it's hard.
that they don't. I think that they're just like, let them do whatever, and then they just tell them. Well, at our school, I don't think I like that. Like, I want them to give her a timeout or whatever she needs.
They have to have some kind of discipline system where, like, I know, like, I don't know who it was. Like, they give you, like, a green card, and if you turn your card to a red card, you were a bad kid, and they tell your mom, some kind of system where it's on the wall. They can see it that, I'm the only kid that's being bad today,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that, but they need to bring it back.
I don't know if that's for bigger kids or I don't know, but I've been telling, it's hard because I don't get to pick her up or drop her off, so I don't get the interaction with the teacher. It's just kind of like, okay, well, what did the teacher say? Did you ask him this? Did you ask him, like all the questions that I would ask, I don't get to.
And then you get to Justine way later in the day where she's kind of just like doesn't even remember what you're talking about anymore.
Yeah. So it's tough trying to. I'm like, okay, so what did they do? I don't know. Did they give her time out? Did they discipline her? They didn't say. They just told me what happened. Okay, so now what? What am I supposed to do? I could talk to her about it, but I don't know what that's going to make a difference if they're not,
helping
at the time that it's happening.
I mean, there has to be something like.
Yeah, so she wasn't listening. She was taking toys, whatever. So I talked to her about it, and she just got her Halloween costume already. So she wants to wear it all the time. And I was like, well, you know what? Today we're not going to wear it because you were not listening at school, and we talked about keeping your hands to yourself, how to be kind, blah, 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 all that stuff. And tomorrow, if you want to wear your costume, you need to be keeping your hands to yourself and listening to the teachers. Okay, we talk about it again before I leave to work the next morning. And Ernie calls me when she gets out of school, and he's just like, the teacher said that she was cutting the line, she pushed a kid, and she hit the teacher's hand when the teacher went to call her. She's like, the teacher said that she didn't hit her hard, but she still, like, swung at her, like, don't touch me.
Aye.
And I was just like,
little Justine.
I know, she's wild. So I was just like, okay. put her on the phone, and I'm asking her what happened, and she's like, no, can I put on my costume? I'm like, no, you cannot put on your costume. You have to be honest. And then we had to go over what honesty means and what lying is and all of that. And I was just like, dude, what do I do? And then Ernie's like, she's been coughing. Like, when we got home, she's been coughing. She's been this. I'm like, well, so she's not feeling well. But that's still not an excuse for her to, like, push other kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, what my costume? No, sorry. Like, you didn't stick to the deal, so you don't get to wear it. Anyways, so I've been trying to figure out, like, how do I deal with that now? And, like, I asked some of the moms on Instagram yesterday, like, what are their tips? And somebody gave me a really good idea. She said to make a chart, kind of like we did with pottying, you know, like, and what you're saying with the green cards and stuff. But if they're not doing it at school, then I could just bring it at home. Yeah. And then at the end of the week, you did a great job this week. So, like, here's your prize or whatever. You could have an ice cream, or I'll take you to the mall to go play at the Disney store, or just whatever. But
some kind of reward system.
Yeah. Cause I don't want to just be punishing her all the time. Like, I want there to be a reward system. Yeah.
Kind of praise her more when she's being good and ignore her when she's being bad.
Yeah. And I feel like we do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when she's with us, like, she's fine. It's just when she's not with us is the bigger problem.
She acts up.
Yeah. I don't know. So hopefully it was just that she wasn't feeling well, and maybe next week she'll go in.
Be better.
Yeah, because we didn't send her to school Thursday or Friday, and the teacher called me on Friday like, hi, I was just calling to check on Justine. And I was just like, oh yeah, she's sick. Like, oh, there's another kid, yeah, he was sick yesterday, and he came in like all boogery, and we had to tell his parents, like, don't send him like this. And I'm like, yeah,
I mean, it's everybody else sick.
And I mean, those kids are they all probably got sick at the same time.
It's like gonna be never ending now. Like, it was already before the kids started school. It was like whenever we would see each other, they would pass stuff back and forth to each other and never get over it. And now it's gonna be even worse because we have like 30 children in our lives now that aren't ours.
I know. All right, what else about school? That was my school issue. It's only been, what, 3 weeks now?
Yeah, I think.
I know we don't have any homework, like I said, and it kind of sucks because I also feel like my program, if we want to know information, like, we have to ask everything. Like, they don't just give it to us. Justine hasn't wanted to talk about school. The only way I've gotten to talk to her about it is I asked Ernie to see, is there a syllabus? Is there something we can go off of so I can know, what are they learning this week? What do I bring up to her to know if she's retaining the information? And then he asked them, and they're like, oh yeah, here's a little paper. Every week we put up a new one. It's like, well, nobody told us that.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you could have said, or you could send one of these home so that way we know how to work with these kids so they're prepared for you. Yeah. But they're not preparing. They're not helping us help them. And what I really like about your guys' school, the training and research, is that it's all about training the parents to help the kids. It's all focused on that. Yeah. Because that's the program that we were in before. And they come to you when you're pregnant still so they could, help you through pregnancy, help you through healthy eating, and all the way through till the kid's 5. So yeah, so this is so totally different. This public school that's just like, oh yeah,
okay, bye.
Yeah. Like, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of set themselves up for failure a little bit,
Yeah. So it's just pre-K, and it's the first year. So next year, before she starts kindergarten, we'll put her in something else. But we'll see.
Just put her back in the program that Zoe's in.
Yeah, because you guys are going to move Zoe out of that one? Yeah, probably. But, darn that.
I know. It's tough. There's no hood like motherhood. There's really not.
Yeah, and, like, the teachers are... One of them, like, I know she's been a teacher forever, too, Justine's teacher, but she's, like, very old. She doesn't even get up from her chair. Oh, my gosh. So it's just... I don't know who she's supposed to listen to. That one TA who's
more like interactive.
Yeah, that's just like, oh, I don't know if she gives him timeouts or not. Like, super annoying that I have no idea what's going on in that classroom.
I ask Zoe that all the time. I'm like, well, as long as I know you're not the bad kid in class, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun having them in school. I dropped her off the other day, and her teacher's like, come here, I want to show you something. And she was like, showed me all these pictures that she had printed out of the students, and she was showing me Zoe's pictures, and it was just so cute to just be watching, like, to get to see like all these little fun things that Zoe's been up to, like, and she has her own little life outside of us now, you know, like she gets her little socialization away from us, that's with all these different kids that aren't her cousins, so she learns things from them, you know. And I'm really excited for her, because every day I'm like, are you sure you want to go to school today? Like, are you sure you don't want to just stay home with mommy and Luna? No, mommy, I want to go to school. Like, she's always just
that's amazing,
firm about it. Like, even like she'll wake up every day, is today a school day? I'm like, no, baby, today is a Saturday. Oh, I thought it was a school day. And I'm like, oh, it's okay, you'll be back at school before you know it, you know.
Justine's the opposite. She's just like, is it the weekend? Is it a holiday? No, you have to go to school. Aww.
Oh, poor baby.
I know. And I don't know if it's the teachers or if it's just she doesn't like school.
Yeah.
And also, like, Justine's morning class, and I know Zoe's afternoon, so we have to wake Justine up. We have to get her ready. So it's kind of like it's not like leisure, you know, let's get it started however we want, and then we'll show up at school when it's time. It's like, get up now. We got to go. So, yeah.
It's fun days. But I didn't even think about the fact that when like she started school, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to school every single day now, 2 times a day, to go drop you off, pick you up, all of that work. Like, it's so much. The mother carpool life.
I know, just driving back and forth, because that school's pretty far for you.
It is and it isn't, you know,
like 15 minutes.
I leave at 4, and I can pick her up at 4:20. She's her class ends at 4:30, but they want us to be there at between 4:20 and 4:30.
Okay.
So I always get there, like right on time, of course, and it works out. It's not bad.
Yeah. She hasn't told you any funny stories from school?
She is just so funny, I swear. She told me this little girl pushed her one day, and I was like, what? Who did it? Like, who did it? What's her name? What she look like everything. And I was like, okay, well, if she pushes you again tomorrow, like, you need to let me know. Like, did you tell the teacher? She's like, no, I didn't tell the teacher, because I told her to stop. And I was like, okay, that's good. And I'm like, did she listen? She's like, yeah, she listened. I'm like, okay, so tomorrow, if she pushes you, you have to let me know.
Yeah.
And I was kind of sad, because that day I wasn't going to take her to school. Joey was going to drop her off, because we were getting ready to go out for our anniversary. And then I wasn't going to pick her up. My parents picked her up. So I was like super stressing out, like our whole anniversary. We were away trying to have a good time. And I'm like looking at the time, like, it's 4:17. I got to call her in like 10 minutes to make sure this little girl didn't push her. And I'm like freaking out. And then I like blinked, and it was like 4:50, and I'm like, damn it, I need to call Zoe and make sure this little girl didn't push her, you know. So I'm like, Zoe, I'm like, call my mom, and I'm like, are you okay? Was everything okay at school? Yeah, mom, everything was fine. Yeah. Like, everybody was nice to you. Marlene didn't push you? No, mom, she didn't push me today. Okay, good.
That's
you know, funny. But no, she just comes home and tells me, like, she's like, I was playing kitchen, and I told Eileen, give me my money. And she starts cracking up. I guess they were playing, like, with the kitchen, but they're playing, like, cash register.
Yeah.
And she's like, I told her, hey, girl, give me my money.
My
and
God.
She goes, and we were cracking up, Mom. And me, her, and Luna were just dying laughing.
Hilarious.
We were dying laughing on the way home. It was so cute.
Justine told me, there's a boy in my class named Victor. I like him. I'm like, okay. He's handsome. I'm like, how dare you? How dare you say anyone's handsome?
Already? Okay, Justine, you better cool it.
For real. I was like, no. I'm like, I'm not even gonna like entertain this.
Nope.
I'm like, okay.
Shut it down.
Yeah, on to the next conversation. We're not talking about it.
So what letters did you learn today?
I'm reading here that you guys were learning about crossing the street. Can we talk about that?
And I'm going to make sure they move your chair very far away from this handsome boy.
Seriously. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my. Handsome. Look at her.
She's a mess. How does she even know that?
I don't know. How dare her? She must be ear hustling our combos.
Oh, he's so handsome. What's his name? Oh, mommy, that's Victor.
Freaking Justine.
I know. Well, I asked when we first started school a bunch of moms like how they were liking school, and everybody was on the. I cried as soon as I dropped them off. Did you cry?
I cried in the car because I didn't want to make a fool of myself.
Oh my god!
So as soon as me and Joey got in the car, we cried together.
Really? That's so funny. I didn't cry.
I swear, like even the next day, like I want to say it took Joey like 3 days, and even still, when we drop her off, he's still just like, I hate this. I can't believe like he has a really hard time. Like I like how I am with like just letting anybody, but he's like major like attached. Like, does she have to go? Should we even send her yet? Like, and I'm like, yeah, she loves it. Like I know we just have to let her go.
Yeah, Justine. I didn't cry when I dropped her off. And my mom looked at me like I was evil. How are you not crying? I'm like, I don't know. These moments don't make me cry. She's like, she's going to school.
God.
I cry
you
for like,
robot.
I know. I cry for like different stuff. Like, I don't know. Let's say somebody's like, oh, look at what a wonderful job she did. Then I'm like, she did do good. Or if she's experiencing like, it just depends. I do cry for some stuff, but dropping her off at school, I was kind of
You're just like, see ya, kid.
Go to school. Get out of here. Go on. Get your name tag. Put your backpack in your cubby.
Get on.
For real.
No, I cried. I was like, I'm really happy though that they're in school now. I mean, I can't believe how quick these days came. Like we were just talking about our freaking giving birth and breastfeeding these children.
I know.
And
that was last year because we haven't been doing the podcast that long.
We started right after I had Luna.
Yeah.
So no, it's been 2 years.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, because the pictures we took, like the first pictures,
it's been like a year and a half.
No,
because I think we started like in April. Anyway,
I think right after Grandpa passed away. Yeah, you might be right.
That's cool. That's how we've been in school so far. We'll probably keep talking about school throughout the rest.
I'm sure you'll hear a lot of school life because we're moms of school children now, guys. Welcome us to the club. I guess.
Welcome us to the club. I know. So this was just our quick little intro on sending our kids to school, but we will continue to talk about it. We want to talk about, one of the ladies from Goldilocks wants to talk about breastfeeding again, so we could do that again very, very soon.
Okay. Just lick my mic.
DSL. And I've been I'm trying to get one of my friends to talk about this, but she said she wants to wait until she's actually pregnant. Want to talk about family planning with her.
Family planning?
Yeah, like deciding to get off birth control, talking about when is the right time to plan with your husband, and taking all the trips you can.
Is this who I think it is?
Maybe, but she wants to remain anonymous.
Okay, so I get you anonymous. I know who you are. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, so nothing is set in stone yet. It's all still really up in the air, but once she gets pregnant, she said second trimester, she'll be ready to talk about everything that
she's experienced so far.
And
I'm happy. I love her, and she's a very smart woman. So
I'm like, you better start taking notes right now. She's
better
like,
start listening to all these episodes.
I know. And then I have a couple friends that are pregnant now and are going to be
having babies.
Yeah, so I want to talk to everybody. We could do a little birthing stories here.
I know. I have so many ideas about episodes, guys. We just. We've been hiding. I just turned 30. I had a big 90s party, so we've been busy. So I know, it was a lot of fun. We've been busy doing a lot of things, and I have a 2-year-old birthday party to plan now, so we're going to try to make this more routine like it has been. But you guys gotta listen and let us know that you love us.
Mm-hmm. So, and I started a mailing list. So an emailing list, basically, if you go onto our bio, the first thing that's listed on top is mailing list. You could also see it from our website. And we'll email you when new episodes are out. So that way you guys get to be the first to know.
If you guys just subscribe, you would totally know immediately anyway. Mm-hmm. So subscribe. Yeah, you could subscribe on iTunes, on Stitcher probably. Spotify maybe. YouTube, you could just subscribe on YouTube. They'll let you know when new episodes are out. Guys, just look for us. We're there.
Google. We gotta go to ballet class, guys.
Mm-hmm. Moody Mommy Life. Stay moody, guys.
Say Moody Mommies.
Moody Mommies.
Moody Mommies podcast.